Today I'm going to talk about the Catholic charity that received over $1 billion in government funding in 2018. That Catholic charity is Catholic Charities USA. The number is actually $1,194,000,000, so about almost $1.2 billion. Now, they don't actually post their financials on Catholic Charities USA. It's divided up. It seems like almost every diocese in the United States has their own branch of Catholic Charities, and those individual branches report their financial statements separately. Out of the 167 Catholic Charities branches, I could only find helpful financial statements for 68 of the branches. The remaining 99 had either no financial statements listed on their websites, or the financial reports were unclear as to how much government funding they received. This means that I am only reporting on 40% of the Catholic Charities branches' financial statements. So if you look at some of the Catholic Charities work, there is some counseling and helping low-income people find housing or jobs. So not everything Catholic Charities does is corrupt, but recently it seems like they've gotten into the business of immigration. That's a big thing with the USCCB, and it's an even bigger thing with Catholic Charities. So as you know, the USCCB and most of the bishops have a really urgent message regarding immigration, and this is why. Most Catholic Charities organizations are connected with a diocese. The interactions between Catholic Charities and the diocese is a really interesting situation, and I'm not entirely sure how that works. But I do know that these Catholic Charities organizations work very closely with the diocese, so this is a way for bishops to receive government funding for their organizations without having the government funding going to the diocese. I have included a link to my research down below. You can take a look for yourself if you're interested. I have included percentages on the side that demonstrate what percentage of revenue is coming from government funding. For some of these dioceses, it's well over 50%. For example, Catholic Charities Chicago, 85% of their revenue is from government funding. Catholic Charities Wilmington receives 77% of their revenue from the government. Catholic Charities San Jose receives 70% of their revenue from the government. The fact that the government is funding this, at any time they can choose to completely withdraw the funding from the Catholic Charities and redistribute it to a different organization. Most of these organizations would fail because they receive so much percentage of their revenue from the government. So for example, Obamacare had a mandate for abortion and contraception, like all employers needed to provide those services, and Catholics said, we can't do that, it's against our religion, and Catholic Charities could be hesitant to speak out. However, in 2015, they hired a new president, Sister Donna Markham, who actually supported Obamacare whenever it was originally proposed, even with the abortion and contraception mandates. She is still the president of Catholic Charities, as reported by LifeSite News. So this has been my research on the government funding behind Catholic Charities. Check out the links below for further details.